All right, we're live. Let's go. So what is up, my fam? It's Coach K here. We're going to be looking at the market. I'm your source for information in the market so that you guys make good decisions. Now, what I want you to look at today is awesome. I'm going to show you why I wasn't bearish for a second about this market, why you shouldn't be bearish about this market right now, and where the opportunities are. Now, I said yesterday we could have a dip. I did. It happened. It was real. We had a dip. Great. I'm going to show you guys so many projects today which are at a massive discount and that you can make a crap load of money using. So, let's look at what you can do, what I'm looking at, and what factors we have here. Who has been actually selling? Who is it? Is it whales? Is it institutions? Or are retail stupid money selling because they're panicking because they see the market dip? What do you guys think? I'll wait for your comments because honestly, what you think is probably correct. That retail are the only ones selling, the only ones scared, the only ones freaking out, just like normal. Just like normal. It's beautiful. I don't know how I only have one viewer at this point, but who cares? Let's get it done. All right. So welcome everyone. Neil, AK Fiction, Jodu, Dalton, Salad. What is up, everyone? I am super bullish. Guys, girls, ladies, gentlemen, children of all ages. I'm bullish. I'm still bullish. I'm still bullish. I'm still bullish. Why? I'm going to show you why I'm still bullish. What will make me bearish? Show you that too. But I want you guys to tell me, what do you think the market's showing us right now? Is it showing us strength or weakness? What do you think? You'll be shocked at what I'm about to tell you. I think Joe Biden just wanted to get it. I think all the big major retailers, the major players, the Amazons, the Googles, the Apples, all the big guys are getting in already. They're getting in through OTC networks. They're not getting in through market buying. You don't see it. You won't feel it, but you'll see it in one place, on Crypto Quant. We're going to look at that today too. All right, let's see. I can only see people selling. Yeah, retail are the only ones freaking out. Actually, I'm kind of happy that retail are the only ones freaking out because this shows you that the market dumps, they're not that bad. They're not freaking me out. Do they freak you out? Maybe. Don't be a baby. Don't be a little bitch. Be strong. Buy the dip until I tell you otherwise. Because what I will tell you is this, that until I tell you bastards and beautiful people and awesome people and everyone out there that this time it is time for me to sell off most of my tokens, then I will tell you straight, I'm selling all my tokens. How many tokens have I sold other than normal taking profit in the last week? 0. Haven't sold anything other than just basic take profits. Haven't sold off. I haven't freaked out. And that's why you guys need to do, get a wine glass, pour it full of wine, sip on that bitch, and relax. Because I see so much emotion in this market. People are freaking out. Relax. It's just getting started. So let's look at some projects. So we're looking at Bitcoin first, and what are we seeing with Bitcoin? So I'm going to give you 2 scenarios. I told you the same scenarios yesterday. The first scenario is that we do this edge to edge, where we close in the cloud. Our green line right here, our Tenkan, crosses down, crosses below this red line, our Kijinsen. If we have that, we have a bearish Chiku span. We have, if we're in the cloud, that's also a bearish sign. The first candle in the cloud is one of the parts of the edge to edge trade on the bearish side. So if this crosses, this likely comes down to 40,000. More than likely, what we're starting to see is it's turning into a hammer type candle, similar to this one right here when we had on February 28th. So it looked like, oh no, and then it bounced. And I think very likely we will see something like an oh no and a bounce, especially if we hold this blue level, which is the 100-day EMA, and the Kumo top, the cloud top. Okay, so that's what you're looking for Bitcoin. If we bounce this could turn into a Kijin break trade where we broke below the Kijin and we break above it And then this will come up into a bullish state again, and then we'll have a bullish trade set up. So that's what we're looking for Bitcoin. Let me get some questions here. I just want to make sure I don't miss anything. This is stupid rumors. Price, yeah, come price dump silly. Yeah, of course. Hey, Apron Finance, told you guys about that. Did a 200x at the top, still sitting at 30. Probably a really good opportunity to buy, and I'll show you that in a minute as well. So ShopX, Eternity just had amazing news. Lamel, Eternity just partnered with Refinable, which is basically a rarible of BSC, which is going to be an amazing project. And Eternity just partnered with other people and signed on so many. Like, I'm telling you, man, if you're patient, Eternity has only been out for less than 2 months. Guys, Google, Apple, all the big companies in the world took a lot longer than that to get to where they are. So be patient. Patience will always pay you from impatient people. Always. All right. Let's look. Where would our next level dip? So if we dip and we close in the cloud and we get a bearish TK cross, likely we're coming down to first 44,800, which we can see right here has acted as support in the past. Or we're going to lose that level and come right back down to our former all-time high right back here in January to retest, because we never did. I thought that we would. We never did. It could retest now. Very possible. Anyone that thinks ShopX is a bad project, ALMAFO, you clearly have no idea what the heck they're doing. The massive cost savings that they're going to create for the e-commerce industry, and you probably have done zero research and have zero knowledge of the project and probably just aped in because some influencer said ShopX is awesome and you thought you were going to get rich quick. Let me give you a little bit of perspective here. Get rich quick people go broke quick. Get rich slow people get rich freaking faster than anyone else trying to cut the corner. So if you think ShopX is a bad project, even though your comment is hidden, that's up to you. Look, I don't work with scams and I don't work with bad projects. You should know that. I believe in that team. They're going to blow your mind. And if you're impatient and you want the world built in a day so that you can bag up and be rich, well, I don't give two F's about people like that. Those people don't help the industry. They hurt the industry. So we should be smart. Research, learn, understand. Why are you guys going into projects and not knowing what they do? Learn. Take time. Honestly, guys, you are the reason why you are successful. Not me, not Ivan on tech, not anyone. The only person who will ever make you successful is you. So take that responsibility, be serious about it, and crush life. Life is here for you to crush, but you have to do it. Don't let other people do it for you. Look at this shit, okay? Ethereum. Super bullish still, holding the Tenkan, holding the 21-day EMA, holding the level. Absolutely amazing. ETH is very bullish right now. I am not changing my stance on ETH at all. I've been talking about ETH since $473. I told people that had my farming coins to go all in because farming had got really boring, not very exciting anymore. That was probably the best decision I made all bull market, all in ETH. Now, let's look at ETH on another level. So we see on USDT, it looks good, but how does it look here? This is going to do one or two things. The two setups that I showed you yesterday was either this turns into a cup and handle, which could be very, very well play out, or this could turn into a breakout of the former all-time high, a retest, which we're seeing as a hammer candle right now off the all-time high. And if we get a follow through, this will likely go all the way up to 0.58. So that's what's ETH. That's what's coming for ETH. All right. Okay. Let me just get some comments, guys. Catch up a little bit. Convince yourself through research. Exactly. That way you don't freak out. If you guys are listening here, I'll give you a perspective of what happens to, there's two types of investors. So the investor who does research and looks into it and understands and goes, you know what, this makes a lot of sense. I believe in this project because I understand what they're doing. I see the vision, long-term, short-term, mid-term, right? So you invest in the project dumps a little bit. You don't give a shit. You don't care. Why? Because why should you? Who cares if the price dumps? Who cares if you believe in a project long term? Would you care if Mac went down, like Apple went down when it came out? No, you believe in the long-term vision, right? When you invest in stuff. So that's how you have to think about it, and you'll be more successful at trading, at investing, just by doing that. So be the investor who does research, because the one who does no research, the market dumps and they go, oh my God, I don't even know what I bought. I have no idea why I'd be bullish or bearish on it. I have no idea what it does. So you freak out and you sell because you're worried about losing all your money. And this is what's happening with retail and Bitcoin right now. I'm going to show you some facts on that, not just talk. BTC FUD is because of macro factors like China. No, it's not China. BTC, okay, in a very simple way, what's happened with BTC is this. Let me show you. Okay, hold up a sec. Where is my... Hold on a second. My photo. There we go. Okay, so this is what's happened with Bitcoin. Let me just move myself out of the way here. All right, so what you can see is that Bitcoin, every time it gets under this spent output ratio, so the SOPR on a 6-hour moving average, whenever it gets down into this really, really oversold level, we see massive spikes in price. So basically, what is all that information saying? Because a lot of these things that are on crypto quant, people said it's really hard. So what it's saying is this, that basically nobody's really even selling. Actually, on-chain metrics are basically showing retail are selling off and dumping at an overall average loss right now. So these people bought at like 55 or 48 or whatever, and they're selling at a loss on average, okay? This is from metrics on actual on-chain metrics. So you can't make this up. I'm not lying. I'm telling you the truth. So the dumping right now at this point, because it's at this level of a low, right? As you can see it way down here, because it's that low, that's why we are like so good right now for this to come and recover and go a little bit higher, okay? So that's what we're looking for, and that's what I'm looking for and seeing, okay? So how I know the market's good is because crypto quant always gives you so much good data to be able to see what's actually happening on the market. So that's what's happening right now. All right, Blaz. Okay, let's see some projects you guys want. Polkadot will be Ethereum salvation. Polkadot and Ethereum work really well together, and I think it's all good. Yeah, it's over. I'm selling my Dogecoin and quitting the market. Well, if you bought Dogecoin and you didn't sell at a profit, I mean, the rules I tell you guys are all the same. I don't like crap coins like that, so you know that already, but it is what it is. Now, guys, remember, today StackOS will be in about 8 minutes. Will be on paid network. So if you have not registered for your StackOS, you probably should do that so you can get your allocations per tickets so you can get in. Another great project I see people keep talking about, and they're all freaking out like, IOS, what happened? Why is it not mooning? Listen, this is a project that's going to take a while. It's not going to be like a Theta tomorrow. Theta took 2 years. 2 full years to get to where they're at. And so if you didn't take profit on your initial pump, or at least take your initial out so you have no risk, this is what I preach to you all of you. If you get in and you get in on the initial pump, take your initial out. You put in 5 ETH, take your 5 ETH out if it goes to 20 ETH. Don't know why you guys don't do that. If you don't do it, and if you are doing it, then don't worry. IOS, like I said before, long-term project, very, very well-built product, 30 engineers, actual time, actual products made. That doesn't mean it's going to take off tomorrow, but if you hold it like Theta did, I mean, Theta went down. Let's just have a quick look at Theta, just to give you perspective, because I feel like we all lose perspective so easily. So let's go back and look at Theta, okay? So we go down here, and we go, okay, well, Theta doesn't look that great. It looks like it did great. No, it did shit. It did nothing. Look, boom, and then it just, and then, so it hasn't done nothing. So I'm not concerned about where Theta is now or where IOS is now. I'm concerned about where they're going later. It's an investment for me. I don't care about just quick flipping. That's not my style. I take profits, but I don't quick flip. I like to be in good projects. I believe in IOS. I believe in Theta. I think both of them are going to do extremely well long term. And that's why you shouldn't worry. Now, looking at our gaps, that has been filled to the bottom, but we now have a gap to the top. So we filled this gap, boom, right? That gap's done. Now it has to fill this gap. So we got to come back up. So we'll likely see a bounce. And what we're seeing right now is a Kijin bounce off of the Tenkan. Now it's bearish Chiku span, so I don't like it. And we also see the Kijin hooking up with the flattening out Tenkan, which could be a bearish signal. But what I do see here is also a very good possibility that this comes right back up to 62,000. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. Do you mentor people wanting to invest? Yes, I do, Fablux, but I only do about 250 people every 4 years. And the people that have been with me for the last year and a half are generally the only people I take on right now because I just don't have enough time. So there will be times where I open up my group to more people, but right now I just don't have the bandwidth to continue doing so. So that is why I am not adding more people right now. Later, definitely might happen. Just right now, it's a bit too much. I'll be very honest. Crypto has been extremely intense the last few months. And so that's just the way it is. That's how it goes. All right. So remember, if you guys are watching this stream, you have 4 minutes until you have to do your paid ignition. So don't forget to do that because I forgot to do it for IOS and that actually cost me $200,000. So don't be like Coach. Make sure you don't make those mistakes. They suck. All right, let's get in. Questions. Views on collateral pay. Well, I love collateral pay. If you guys go on prestigious picks, you'll know why I love collateral pay. It's a great project that's going to let you collateralize your Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other cryptocurrencies so that you can buy something with cash that they're going to lend you, and then you can pay it back. So collateral finance is a really cool project. But again, new projects that just launch, you shouldn't expect so much from them. They need to grow the project. They need to grow the community. They need to make partnerships. They need to grow. And that's not going to happen for every project. Launch pads can do that because literally they come out and all they do is launch projects. Some projects have different things and you have to look at them and evaluate how long are you going to be in this project. You know, how long are you willing to wait? How long are the token metrics? These things you have to look at to really, really get it. A Kijin bounce. A Kijin is when we touch this red level on the Ichimoku trading system. I do have a course and I will let you guys know how to get it, but I am rebranding it, so I will let you guys know in a bit. All right, this is what is this reading style called so you can look it up? What do you mean by reading style? You mean like the Kijin Sen and Tenkan? It's just an Ichimoku. It's an indicator that you can use on TradingView that has a Chiku span, the green level, which is the Tenkan, and the red one is the Kijin and the cloud. And I also use the 200-day EMA and the 100-day EMA and the 21-day EMA. So those are the indicators basically that I use. I don't really use very much else. People ask me why. I don't use RSI or Bollinger Bands. I don't need them. Simple as that. Keep it simple. All right, so what are we looking at now? Let's look at some RSR. RSR is having a nice Kijin bounce, but I don't really like where the Chiku span is. At the same time, I mean, when the whole market goes down, this can be a little bit confusing. So we kind of generally wait for that follow through off a bounce. So I'd like to see us above this, 9.5 cent range, above that to show me that it's getting more bullish again. Right now, that could just be a fake out. For example, tap off this 21-day EMA as bearish sign and then dump back down. All right. And some glasses. Oh, I forget my glasses some days. So there we go, everyone. We're in here. Oh yeah, new coins that came out today that I talked about earlier. This is insane, okay? Why is it insane? Because I talked about it on this candle way down there, like 681 sats or ETHs, whatever you want to call them, Vitalics, and now it's 7,000. Like, okay, the one thing I hate is all these crap coins. The one thing I find funny is literally you could buy a coin like this, Elon coin, which is pretty much useless. And I can go up, turn 5 ETH into like 35 ETH, 40 ETH, 50 ETH. This is what's going on in the market. It doesn't make sense. We shouldn't be encouraging this, but if this is what everyone wants to go with the trend, I guess. You know, I don't really support it, but go with the trend. I bought in SHIB. Tell you a really funny story. I could even show you a funny story out of this one, but I bought SHIB. I bought SHIB way back in the day. Okay, I bought SHIB so far back in the day that it was on this it was literally like on the very first like days of SHIB, okay? And the thing is about SHIB is you could make an astronomical amount of money with it. I bought it in the first days, okay? So literally I sold it before any of this crazy stuff happened. Now, what it's done since is absolutely insane. And when I say it's insane is because if you try to measure how much this has actually gone up, look how much I'm pulling this down. Okay? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. It's insane. Okay, this literally, I bought $1,000 way down here. Do you know how much it's worth right this second, even at this price? 2.75 million. You know what it was worth up here? $1,000. Insane. It doesn't make any sense. Even for me, it doesn't make sense. But that's what's going on with this. So, pretty interesting stuff. All right. So, the altcoin run, the bull run, no way, not even close to over, guys. So, if you're freaking out or you're worried, just relax. You have nothing. And when I say nothing, you have nothing to worry about. Life is good. Life is very good. So, what am I doing right now? I am putting my Ethereum in for what? Let's try that again. Sorry, guys. Got to put my ETH in for my paid network, but for some reason it asked me for $2,800 in gas. That don't make no sense. It doesn't make any sense. What's going on here? All right. Well, let's try to figure that out. Hold on a sec here. Give me 1 second, everybody. Sorry for the little delay. Sorry, guys. All right, let's jump right back in. My apologies, everyone. Just trying to work out what the heck's going on with that. All right, let's look at this. Interesting. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. Keeps changing my gas limit. What's going on? Oh, sorry, guys. I'm trying to figure out with the paid team why I can't actually contribute. This is hilarious. Sorry, I have to do this on a live yet. I thought I would just do what I normally do, click a button and it works, but it seems not to be working right now. So that's kind of frustrating by a lot of means, I guess you can say. I'm gonna keep trying now. So we'll get TA for Bondly. Throw in your picks, guys, that you'd like for me to go over, and we'll go over those. And I'll try to figure out what's going on with this stuff. Because all right, guys. So if you are doing the paid network contribution right now, the thing is there's something wrong. Their gas fees are too high, so don't contribute yet. I'll let you know when that changes. So here, there's a live update for all of you guys while we're on the fly. Okay, let me check out some stuff. Bull market. What about the bull market? We're in a bull market. Guys, look at this. Let me show you something really, really quick so you get some perspective here. What a lot of people don't know is what was a real bull market in the past? Have you ever looked back in the past? Have you ever done analysis in the past? Well, I have, and I'm going to show you something real quick here. Look at this, right? Our last bull market, when did it start? No, it did not start in 2017. It started back in 2016. Started in 2016 and went to the end of 2017. Where did this one start? The middle of 2020. Where are we at now? Here. How many corrections have we had of 30%? Maybe one. How many did we have in the last cycle? Oh, I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at least from like 2017 on. So we have lots of time left. Look, what you're looking at right now is this, the run up from 2016 to start of 2017. That's what this is. We still have the next leg. I'm telling you right now, the next freaking leg. If you think that from the last bull run, the top will only be 200% higher, you need to understand how this all works. Just understand that, okay? All right, let me see some stuff. Bondly, okay, I got you. Yeah, ETH fees don't make sense. They don't. They're going to try and figure that out. I'll let you know when they do. I'll try to stay on top of it as well as doing all the stuff that I'm doing here, but I'll do my best. All right, so what do we want? We want Bondly. Is that it? RYO, never heard of that before, so no idea. Thoughts on SafeMoon. Okay, look, guys, SafeMoon has no use cases. Zero. None. If you made money, take your money and run. If you're someone continuing to buy this project, check yourself before you freaking wreck yourself. SafeMoon has one use case. Do you know what that use case is? Buy it, hold it. That's it. You don't do anything. Why the flip would you buy something that only you can buy and hold unless it's a Ponzi scheme? Wait, it is a Ponzi scheme. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care about any of that because not one of you people who are in SafeMoon can tell me more than that use case, and that alone is enough for me to tell you that you're a bleeping idiot if you're going into stuff like that, and you will be the same people who used to yell at me about BitConnect when I told them it was a scam, who became very quiet and left the space for good afterwards. Don't be that guy. I'm here to help you. That's why I hate SafeMoon so much, because it's going to hurt a lot of good people to benefit a few. That's not the way this should work. It should be everyone wins. That's what people know me for. I want everyone to win. I don't want you guys to get wrecked or to lose because of greed. That's not cool. Okay, let's jump into some coins. So, I see Shisha, I see Omi, I see Dart. Let's start with Shisha, and then we'll go into Bondly. So we're going to do a couple coins. Not going to do all of them, guys, because there's way too many. But I'll try to get a few of these coins on, and then we'll continue on forward. So here's what I see with Shisha. Wow, what a dump. Someone obviously dumped quite a large amount in the most recent history. Let's go have a quick look on Dex Tools. So yeah, someone today in the 4 a.m. in the morning dumped about 350 ETH. Not too sure why, but that's why the price dumped. And it was actually three different people. So interesting enough why that happened, I'm not too sure, but this could probably be a really good buying opportunity, especially when it dumped all the way, almost 50%. It's a pretty large scale dump. I think that Shisha could be a very good buy, especially in this time. Omi, so I've been talking about Omi since before it even did anything. Let me just do it this way. I've been talking about Comey since my NST video. It was the first one I talked about. A lot of people were like, why a Comey? Don't understand. Man, this is a pretty cool project. I don't know. No, this is definitely not real. I'll have to find the proper Comey. I know it's on Bit4X, but yeah. Okay, let's look at sharing. SHR. Sharing is a project, honestly, guys, like, such a blue chip. You could just buy and hold and like not worry about it. It's a project that I buy and hold and do nothing. Like literally, I've been buying it since way down here at 1.3, and so have a lot of my guys from 2 to 1.3 cents. And now we're way up. And this dump is again one of those types of dumps for buying because it's down 6. It's at the 6.18 retrace. If it does dump a little bit lower, come all the way back down to 3 cents. But I just don't see that happening right now. It's not a bear market, guys. That's the thing. Guys and girls, it's not a bear market. We're not bearish right now, okay? Pullbacks are normal. It's something you should be expecting, and it's something you should like. You should love them. They should be your grace period of, yes, I can buy something cheap again. Here's what I'm seeing with OMG. OMG had a nice retracement, and it's doing kind of like what Bitcoin's doing with the 100-day EMA and the top of the Kumo. A flat Kijun pulled it down, right? So we could have seen around here that it might come back down and was going to act as a magnet as it flattens out this level and pulls it down in price. So we saw it do that, and now it's continued on. It's been a pretty strong move down in a few days, like 40-50% in a few days is quite a lot. So we got to watch for this one to bounce and have a follow through. So I'd like to see one candle, the next candle be a nice candle to that level, and the following candle close above the first candle as a 3 inside up type play. That would be what I'd be looking for in OMG. So not really great, not really bad OMG. It just doesn't have a ton of like stuff going on for it right now. I would be waiting for that follow through. Why is EGLD? Oh, sorry. EGLD. Can't spell, guys. It's probably, I'm just going to blame the glasses. Can I do that? It's pretty good. Okay, so what do we see here? Again, EGLD showing bearish signs, right? We had this huge overarching candlestick, which basically acted as a bearish, basically this is a pretty bearish candle right here. And it engulfed 2 candlesticks before it and went and closed below the Tenkin. That's not a good thing. And then now it's had a bearish retest and it's going down further. So I don't really like EGLD yet. And I also see a future Kumo, a future TK cross, which was the bearish coming up, as well as you can kind of see on the chart here, this head and shoulders in the Chiku span, right? So you can see this head and shoulders right here. So if you actually draw it on this side, you can see it here too. So this is bearish. It could go much further down to the other side of the candle, to the other side of the cloud. And remember, the Chiku span is only the candlesticks you see here, 30 periods back. So you can see how easy it is to see that head and shoulders type pattern. I would get out of it. Okay. All right. Paid. A lot of paid. Everyone likes to get paid. So I'm going to be ending this in a few minutes, guys. So, if there's anything else that you really, really want me to go over, just let me know. And I will happily do that for you. Let me just do one more thing real quick. Let's see if I can join this pool for a regular rate. Nope. Cannot. Don't know why. Weird. All right. Well, if you're waiting for paid, keep waiting. Obviously, there has been an issue. And they're going to have to work out what's going on here. Doesn't seem like it's working properly. So we'll be patient and we'll wait. And we'll see how it goes. So thank you for reminding me about paid. I don't know what's going on here. Something wrong. Something definitely wrong, guys. So if you're waiting on paid, be patient, please. Okay, they're working on it, guys. So just wait and we'll get it done. All right, question, Omi. Okay, good one. Thank you. I'll show me that. All right, so Steeple really wants me to do Omi, so I'll get it for him. No problem. What? That's not paid. That's not the real paid. That's the old paid. Where's the new paid? Is it this one or the other one? Confusing. Like Dex Tools, you guys need to figure your stuff out. Get old projects that have been scammed or whatever off. Be helpful. Wow, paid dumped hard. Well, you know what? It was kind of a really good opportunity to buy it. Look at this. This came all the way back down. It's down a ton. And honestly, paid is the best IDOs. The best. I don't understand why you guys don't want to try. I know it's frustrating because you can't always win. But look, there's a lot of crappy projects out there that are doing stuff similar, but not even anywhere close as well. So, yeah, paid looks good for a buy opportunity. Hit $6. It's now under 3. I would say it's probably a good time to buy it. All right, let's look. How can you learn TA? TA is learned online. You can take my course if you like. There's lots of stuff. But my course right now is being rebranded, so we'll let you know. Okay, Omi looks like it's kind of bottomish right here. It obviously had a huge run up, so it's something to be cognizant of. Definitely look at it on Bit4x's chart because it's a lot more detail and information than you get on TradingView, right? All right, I'm going to take a couple more calls and then I'm going to call it quits for Friday, but we're definitely going to see some good stuff coming. Today JigStack launches, guys. So if you are someone who has been following the project, JigStack is going to launch tonight on Uniswap at 10 p.m. my time, which is in about 3 hours and 45 minutes. So keep your eyes open for Jig Stack tonight, because it could be a very big one, as well as Stack OS, which is going to be on paid. And obviously, I'm a big fan of paid. All right, so Nervos or UBIX. Nervos, great project. Definitely coming back from the dead. You know, CKB, we've been talking about, I mean, my buddy Ricky and we've been talking about CKB forever. It's actually, if you go in Coach's Corner, you can go back and find when I talked about CKB way back in the day. Actually, let's try to find CKB on Huobi, because it's been there much longer. So we were talking about it. You can even see the chart, how low we were talking about it at. I told people right near the start of the year that if they held CKB as a basket with all the Chinese BSN network projects, it'd probably do really well. And I mean, that was way before we got up to the tops, right? So we were looking at it way down here when it broke out. So if you've been holding it since then, I mean, it came down, but it's up 200%. You're doing all right. And this is going to probably bounce and go much higher, even if it comes on the other side of the cloud. So looks good. Looks really good. All right. Jig Stack tonight. Let's see how it does. UMX, I don't know. Bake, I don't know. There's too many projects. The one thing that I have to do is just really focus on projects that I know well, because that helps me help you best. So Strax. Same thing as Bitcoin. You guys are seeing the same stuff as Bitcoin on a lot of the charts. The 100-day EMA and the Kumo top. Bouncing really hard. As you saw, it came all the way down to $1.30. It's back to $1.60. And, you know, if we can close a little bit higher, this will probably come right back up. It'll come right back up. So we came down, that flat Kijin again. You see how that acts. Every time it flattens out, it pulls the price down. Every time it flattens out, it will pull the price down or up. So you have to learn that about it. ShopX. So here's the thing about ShopX, right? If you're looking at it on a short term, if you're looking at Split, for example, on the short term, then you're probably like, oh, I hate this project, blah, blah. Didn't make money really quick, so I'm angry at them, blah, blah. You know how it is. Now, here's the thing. Split was 4.2 cents in private sale. 4.2 cents. It's like, how many X's do you need to be up for people not to complain? 10X is 40 cents. 20X is 80 cents. 30X is $1.20. Okay? 40X, almost there. And people are complaining? Come on. I know it's frustrating if you bought on the way up, but it's going to bounce. All these projects are doing descending triangles. They're all doing this. This is good for you. Okay? If you don't understand charting, you don't understand that. But seeing this type of a pattern is good, because generally what comes next is this type of a pattern. Ready for it? Boom. That's what happens after. So patience. Don't freak out on a dip. Don't worry about a dip. Don't do anything. Relax. That's why I posted yesterday on Twitter. I posted it for you guys. Do nothing is better than doing something sometimes. Selling, okay, could have done that yesterday. It would have been all right, but who cares? Look, ANRX, nothing to be concerned about here. Right at the level you would want it. And guess what? Guess what about ANRX, guys? All tokens have been distributed. There's no more tokens to be distributed. There's no more sell pressure to be distributed. Guess what that means? This dump happened, but this likely to hold. And if this likely holds, what's the next move for Anarchy? Well, it should be pretty easy for you guys to figure out, but I'll do it for you anyways. Here's a Fibonacci extent. Let's do this. There we go. So where do we want to come back to? We want to come back to that 618. Definitely a lot to come back for. So this is going to do really well. ANRX probably in a buying position right now, especially with the game coming out and so much going on. Look, it's not a huge cap project, but there's a lot going on, and they have celebrities that are starting to be signed up. So yeah, Fio. Okay, so Fio is a really cool project which lets you make your own. Oh, that's not on here. Fio is a project that lets you basically have your own address on all the networks. So if you want to do like Coach K at Binance.com. You can actually do that, which is super cool, and I really love that. Why? Because, it's just one of those things that it makes it really easy and fun to do. Okay. Look at it. Everyone finds addresses to be extremely difficult, right? Like, how do I make and use these long string of addresses? Wouldn't you rather tell your mom, like, hey mom, put like, whatever her name is. I'm not going to say my mom's real name, but hey mom, put mom.k at Binance.com and I'll send it to you. It's much easier to remember. It's like remembering an email address, right? So I think that FIO will have it has good tech and it works. I think it just needs to be implemented and people need to kind of be adopting this. And so far it hasn't really happened, but it probably will. In terms of FIO, it's very bearish right now, and I would not be going in a trade because we have a bearish Chiku span. We have a bearish TK cross, which you can see right here coming up in the next 2-3 days, and we're below the cloud. This is a bearish chart here. I wouldn't be going in on that at all. Zero. Dot is going to potentially have a very similar fate to Bitcoin if it closes in the cloud, or if it bounces this cloud, it holds this the same exact chart for Bitcoin and Dot. Holds that, busts back up, we're good. We don't have a TK cross, we have it kind of flattening out together, but it doesn't look super bullish. Dot always is like a long-term buy fundamentally, so you buy it for the fundamental side. And we have the same thing here with Kusama, tapped off the 100, holding the Kumo top, almost a TK cross, bearish Chiku span, right? You guys seen very similar things. Why I call trading boring is because it is. It should be. If you're doing it right, it should be boring. So that's just basically it. All right, let me see 1 second here. All right. All right, cool. All right, so two more questions, and I'm gonna be out because YouTube is going to give me like 15 more minutes max, and then I gotta get out of here. Otherwise, they're gonna be like, no, coach, not a good thing. So, Apron, yes, I forgot almost to tell you about that one. So let's go to Huobi and let's look at Apron Network. So Apron, I told you guys about infrastructure project, a huge one actually. Lots coming from that project as well, and I think that very promising too. Okay, so the question is, right now, what is Apron? We went over that in the past. Okay, so what I want to do is just go over to spot trading here, and I want to go over to Apron, and I want to show you guys the chart. I want to show you what I'm seeing on this chart here. So what I'm seeing here is this. I'm seeing a chart that had suppressed itself pretty hard, bottomed out here, as you can see, right? Bottomed out really hard. And now it did a 3 inside up, a 4 inside up technically, because this one is the mother candle. We have 4 candles, but that's on a 1 hour time frame. On the 4 hour, we can see it a little bit clearer that it held this twice, bounced it, and starting to try and push back up. And honestly, these types of chart patterns, these descending triangle type patterns, they generally break up in general. Not always, but they generally do. So seeing this type of a pattern generally makes me feel like we're going to see what I saw in the last one that I showed you, which is a breakout back up. Remember, all these have been suppressed, 50, 60%. These are when you buy them, when there's blood. Blood, see red, blood, get it then. Don't wait till it's too late and it's already going way back up and you're buying it before the next time it's going to dump a bit. Get it while it's low and breaking out. And if you can't get it while it's low, get it while you see it breaking out. Even if it's already broke out, you know it's going to probably keep going or retest. So that's what we're looking for. Now, TVK, love TVK. Big fan of TVK. The only thing with TVK, though, is that they've gone through the same cycle that all the others NFTs have, where they've gone through that first NFT hype cycle, and now it's kind of slowing down, right? Bondly's gone down, TVK's gone down, Eternity's gone down, right? Lots of the projects have dumped. Why? Simply because that they've had a hype cycle. They went through it, they pumped super hard, people are really excited about it, then got a little bit like new. It's not as new and not exciting. And then Dogecoin came. Now that's the new thing, right? We had other stuff. So we see that what I always look for, guys, on the dumps is like how much has it really dropped off in the last while, right? So we look at its top, then we look at its bottom. We say, wow, that's went down 78%. It's like if you don't buy TVK here, you literally freaking hate money. Seriously. I'm not even joking. Like, I'm serious about that. If you don't buy, like, if you don't have any TVK or you're not buying any here, you literally don't like money. You don't like it. Straight up. Look at HTR, sure. PFK announced the pad. Man, I'm honestly talking to like 14 projects right now that are doing launch pads. I'm going to tell you right now, we need 3. We need 3. There's not enough good projects. You guys are going to end up investing in a complete shit coins at some point because there's literally going to be no launch pad that actually has good projects anymore at some point. Again, Bondly, another one you could be buying heavily at this point. Like, there's so many. Now we look at HTR. It's one of the ones on my list always because I'm a big fan and investor into HTR. What I'm looking at here, very similar. Ooh, this could be a really nice setup if it bounces off of here. So what I would look for here, right? You see the Chiku's a bearish. We would want to see this kind of break up. Let the Chiku span break up and get more on the bullish side above candlesticks. And then see this bounce. So we would need a bounce. The next day's candle has to be closing above this one right here. So if it closes above, let's say $1.30, we get a nice one on the weekend. We should see this continue on up. So I know it's scary right now. Like I'm sure you're all watching the market and kind of like, ooh. But, the big but, when the price is doing this, you need to understand what's going to happen next. What do you think is going to happen next after prices get suppressed in a bull market? After we know from the data I showed you that people are literally selling are all retail investors. They're not large scale investors. So yeah, Bondly, we're going to pass on. It definitely is, it could come all the way back down. I don't think it will, but it doesn't look as good. Ori, I'm a big fan of, talked about many times in the past. Audio, Audis. Okay, I think we're getting like too many different coins. It would get like to the point where I can't actually cover them all. So I will try to cover some of those on Monday for sure. Let me look at something else. Oh, yes. I want to tell you guys that, where is it? Hold on a second here. I want to show you something else. So I don't know when my crypto quant closed, but let's open it back up. And I'm going to show you something really quick. Just before I go, give you a little bit of food for thought. What do I think about Mandala? Mandala is a cheaper version of Binance. You should use it. And also now they have apparently, I think the last time I was on there, they had margin and futures. If I'm wrong, let me know, but I'm pretty sure. So one thing I'm going to leave you guys with today is I could do coins all day, all night. And honestly, like they're probably, a lot of them are going to look very similar. So I want to just focus on one other thing before I go, because it's the weekend and family's waiting and it's already like 6:30. And I don't want to miss my, my paid ignition, entry. So hopefully that gets sorted. But here, I want to show you something. So all exchange reserves, what did you see here? Do you see it going up or do you see it going down? So exchange flows, right? So exchange reserves, are they going up or going down? Well, let's go by the hour. Okay, I want to show you something to help you understand something here. Shoot, I did that by accident. One sec. Okay, so how you see here, let's just go right there. What we see is the exchange reserves are going down. They're not going up, okay? What else do we have to look at here? Well, let's just go back here to the hourly. See that it's kind of, no one's really putting money on exchange to sell off. So it's people who have an exchange that are selling off. But another really important thing is the net flows, okay? And why these net flows are so important and why you need to go on Crypto Quant, it's free, and sign up, is it can show you what's going on. Look at what's happening with net flows. On April 20th, there was a massive 40,000 Bitcoin OTC. The day before, 63,000 OTC. A few days before that, 80,000 OTC. Okay, that's how I know. And then these are when people are putting a lot of money on exchange to sell off. Okay, so we're seeing that today, a little bit of money was put on the exchange to sell off, but the inflows were not by whales. They were not also by miners. Miners are not selling off neither. So what I'm trying to get at is when you're looking at data, it can tell you what the macro people are doing. The people that have $20 million of Bitcoin, not touching shit. They haven't done anything. Okay. So when we're looking at inflows and outflows, we look at Ethereum, we can look at different types of assets. And there's lots more charts. But again, Ethereum's net flows are going down. People are not putting a ton on the exchange. Right? And this is really important because knowing the inflows and outflows can tell you if people are really selling or if they're kind of selling, right? Because maybe they're not really selling. So that's what I want you guys to think about, because inflows tell us people might be selling. Outflows tell us people are probably, doing their thing. So, one sec. All right, cool. So here's what we see on our charts here. And honestly, you can find stablecoin data, which can tell us if people are buying right now. So look at what's happened. Stablecoins on exchanges just dipped. Why do you think it dipped? People used the dip to buy with their stablecoins, and they were taking profit the whole way up. And every dip that we had, the other one last week, the one before, they bought them. That's why the numbers went down, and the numbers went back up as they sold into profit. That's what I can see from the chart there. It's really easy for us to understand what's going on, and the data that this gives us will let us be a better trader and understand what's happening in the market. So definitely take some time to learn this. It will absolutely be pivotal for you. J Mike, what up, my bro? One of my former football boys is here. That's what's up. All right, Kylan's honestly, I'm very bullish on it. Hold it. Wait. Be patient. Nothing. These projects that come out a month or 2 months ago, stop expecting so much from them. They just came out. They have a lot of building to do before they get to that level, right? Not every project is a company already that has revenue and stuff. So keep that in mind. You have to be realistic about it too. Am I live or pre-recorded? I am live right now. I do every Friday a live feed, so you guys should keep your eyes out for it. And if you're watching this right now, I'm gonna see how many of you guys actually liked the video. I have 154 likes and 360 of you watching. Guys, chuck a like, definitely hit the subscribe button, show some love, help me beat them YouTube algos, okay? So that is all that's coming. So watch for JigStack tonight. Watch for StackOS tonight. I'll let you know in Twitter, and we'll keep you on to date as to what's going on there. But things looking really good. The market's starting to react the way I expected. Bitcoin's starting to go back up. And honestly, if it doesn't close in the cloud, this won't matter. It will bounce and go the other way. So we close above the cloud. We're going to come at least to come test at 54. If we bearish retest, we'll go into the cloud. But I think we're going to go to 54 over the weekend. So that's my prediction. All right. So that's where we're going to end. I'm going to stop here. I'm going to let you guys know. So couple things to watch over the weekend. Okay. Number one, the first thing that you guys need to do, okay, before you do anything, I'm going to take my glasses off for this. The first thing that you guys need to do this weekend, start reading a little bit more about the market. Sign up to cryptoquant.com, get your free, and try to look and understand the data. Ask questions about the data, okay? StackOS is not a shit show. It's just a problem with something, and they're going to fix it. So, it's better that they didn't let a bot buy all of them, right? So you can complain about that or not, right? So here, look, what I want you guys to do right now is just keep focused. Why does Mint dump more every time you tweet about it? I don't know. Maybe they have something against me. Or maybe, honestly, most of the stuff that I do will do well and some of it won't. That's part of the game, right? You can't hit 100x on every single project. So that's just part of it. Either way, I hope you guys have an awesome weekend. Keep your eyes open. Sign up to CryptoQuant. If you guys want to learn how to trade, let me know. I have a course. I'm going to be rebranding that course soon and putting it on my own website, Coach K. And so, yeah, we'll be letting you guys know about that so you can learn. But right now, I think try to absorb as much information as you can and ask questions, and I'll do my best to help you guys. All right. So have yourselves an awesome day, everybody. And the last thing I'll leave you with is, no, let's not leave you with anything. What I'm going to leave you with is have an awesome weekend. Take a break from the market if you're emotional. Make sure that if you're not buying the dip, you're not selling it, okay? And keep yourself relaxed, okay? If that means smoking a joint because you're freaking out, smoke a freaking joint. Do something to let yourself chill, okay? The market's always going to be here tomorrow, and it will come back, especially while it's bullish. So let's chill. Let's be happy. Let's keep crushing this market. And if you guys and I do this together, we all win. So let's all win together. Let's keep this going. And, you know, if you're here, you're already 5 steps ahead of everybody else. Just remember that, because everybody else is going to come in now or later. You're already here. You're already 1 step ahead, 2 steps, 3 steps, maybe 5. So keep up what you're doing, guys. And if you have any questions, concerns, or comments, do hit me up anytime. Have yourselves a great weekend, everybody. I'm Coach K, and I'll see you guys on Monday.